What's good, y'all? Merry Christmas. Your boy is back, man. I'm back in this thing live in the flesh. Thank God. And tonight, guys, hopefully everybody had a blessed Christmas. Happy holidays to you guys. But hey, we gotta stay consistent. I had some notes in my phone. I said, hey, let me come to the people. And I just want to give you guys just 4 tips to help you increase your bag or just to help you sell on Amazon in general. So, hey, let's get into it. All right, so tip number one, is definitely going to be about your specific products that you research, right? So, whenever you're researching the products, make sure you know the net profit, right? Because a lot of people get caught up on sales, right? And let me break this down. So let's say, for example, if you find a particular product and it's selling for, let's just say it's selling for $50, right? It's selling for 50. I usually, depending on whether it's merchant fulfill or FBA, let's say that we pay $15 for that item. So it's selling for 50. We pay 15 for it. So it's 35 in between, right? Just using normal logic. But remember, depending on if it's FBA or fulfillment by merchant, we need to calculate those fees, right? So if you're doing merchant fulfill, remember you got the shipping costs, right? You got the label costs, you got the packaging supplies. A lot of people just look at the bare numbers and they don't really get the full picture, right? They'll just say, oh, well, I'm gonna just make $50. And they don't take into account how much they actually pay for it, how much the fee. So make sure you get the fees down. Usually, more times than not, whenever you're doing FBA, depending on your price point, and the lower the price point is, it almost seems like fees will probably be around sometimes it can be around 50 to 60% whenever it's a low price point. Say, for example, if it's your price point is $11, you can look the net maybe $3, $2 to $3, uh depending on what you're selling. The size of the product does matter, but most of the time, whenever you get up to a 20 plus price point, whenever you're dealing with media. What's going on with you, G Brown? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the like. Thanks for the comment. If you have any questions, of course, I'm coming to the people on this holiday. I had to stay consistent. Hey, if you guys got any question, y'all can interrupt me at any time. I'm just trying to add value, give you guys some more successful tips on how to increase your bag on Amazon. So yeah, so when it's over $20 or more, it's usually a 50% profit margin or better. Now it's going to be dependent on how much you paid for the item. You guys know I'm getting my items for less than 3 cents a pound through the network and connections that I made. But whenever you're doing an online arbitrage, depending on it, you'll probably be looking at maybe around 40% maybe profit margin, depending on what you're sourcing. If you can get the products for free some kind of way, then it'd be a little bit higher depending on the price point. So hopefully that made sense. If you guys got questions more about the fees, anything like that, let me know. I do a whole video breakdown on it. And I've been looking into getting this software called Restream, so that when I'm actually talking, I want to be able to share my screen. Right now on YouTube Live, I probably just don't know how to do it, but I want to actually like go into, I got over 5 accounts. I'm gonna create another account, a 6 account, just to go in and visually show you guys what I'm talking about so that you guys can see. So if you're interested in seeing something like that, hey, just shoot me a message on Instagram at Travis_GWV, or you can leave a comment here saying that, hey, Trav, I'm more of a visual learner. Like the audio is cool, but man, show me exactly what you're talking about. Just let me know. All right, so we got a question coming in. How long do you sit on products before they sell? The time frames. Okay, so great question there from G Brown. Most of the time, I want to turn my products over in 30 days or less, right? That's the ideal time. I will, wait up until, 3 to 6 months, but how I'm buying, I want to turn it over on my churn rate. I want to do 30 days or less. I am willing to sit on products for longer if the profit margins are there. So, say, for example, if I'm picking up a product, I don't really have any money into the product. Let's say I got shoot $2, a dollar or two into it, and it can make me $50 to $100. I don't mind waiting a couple months to turn that item over. I almost look at it as and I tell some of my students this, it's like when you're doing laundry and you got laundry day, you invest that dollar into a specific product, and then you're doing the laundry and you a $50 bill fall out your pocket. It's almost like a lotto. Pretty much the numbers and the data look good. It's selling a lot. The price point is steady on the keeper chart. Um, the sellers, it's not that many sellers on the list, and then it has a great probability of it turning over. I don't mind investing a dollar, $2 just to sit. But ideally, G Brown, I want to turn it in 30 days or less so that I can reinvest that money, because it's just plugging back into it, right? And I'm really not a credit guy, so I like to take my cash, pour that thing back into it, and start the snowball effect, right? That's how I've been able to, really build this business. If you guys don't know my story from the beginning of the channel, I was working at a Sonic. I don't know if you guys even have that in your area, but it's a little fast food joint. I was back, they sweating left and right on flipping burgers, and this was the way through media. So I know like selling books, DVDs, Blu-rays, a lot of people think it's obsolete, but it's going to give you the greatest ROI on your money. I was able to start making money off that $5.15 per hour. Start this Amazon business, getting free inventory, right? Free inventory. I started cash flowing the business, use that money to reinvest back into the business to start purchasing inventory, and then just kept building from there through the grace of God. So yeah, if y'all got any other questions, that was a great question, by the way. Drop them. I answer them live. All right, so the next thing, right? So the first thing, researching your product, make sure the inventory is solid. Number two, you want to source products from multiple sources, right? And this is just not e-commerce, it's any business. Never just depend on one supplier, right? Because we know things do happen. Sometimes things are gonna happen. You might get messed up with this supplier. So I always recommend, if you got a product that's selling like hotcake, don't just depend on this one source. Have multiple sources, because what happens if something goes wrong with the contract or something goes wrong with this business? You want to have, like I usually say, a backup for the backup, right? You don't ever want to let somebody else's business affect your business. So how do we do that? You want to hedge your bet by having multiple suppliers, and the best way to do that is just to stay hungry. Don't, once you start to make whatever your goal is, let's say your goal is 10,000 a month, and you have a supply, everything is going good, do not take your foot off the gas, right? See how you can connect and say, hey, if something did happen, you always want to have a plan B, C, and D, just to keep things going smoothly, because life does happen in business and it happens to everybody. So that's how you can stay on your game. So when the economy is up and down, or whatever that business is doing, it won't affect you in side pocket National Bank. All right. The next thing I was going to talk about is using tools to find deals, right? So I talk about getting this inventory for super cheap, but what do you use? How can you find these deals, right? So again, y'all always hear me talking about Keeper. Keeper is a code. Definitely, if you're in online arbitrage, you need to have this tool, because it's a game changer. Whether you're just researching the price points and the historical data point, it's almost like reading the market. I don't know if you guys, in the stock market or trade options, but those charts look just like the stock market, up and down, the price fluctuation. You can use that Keeper app to actually find deals, right? So if you hadn't checked out Keeper, click on the deals tab and look at how you can find actual deals to source to put into your store, to start making that cash money. All right. So another way that I like to use when I was just starting out, you can start off with Scout IQ. It gives you a free trial. I think it's maybe 7 to 14 days or so. You can just boom, boom, just start scanning everything. Bing, 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 bing. We had plenty of people just starting. You will have stuff around the house that you didn't even know was profitable on Amazon, but you got to scan it to see what the price is, especially if you strap for cash. Maybe you are already sitting on $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 and you don't know. But that Keeper app, and let's just say you can't afford to pay for the Keeper, not the Keeper, the Scott IQ app. Start out with the Amazon Sellers app, right? The Amazon Sellers app is completely free. Start off scanning with that bad boy. It's a little bit slower. But hey, start off with the free tools because I had to hustle. That's what I call that hustle. Everybody don't have the capital to start out. Start off with the free tools, which is Amazon Seller app. Download it for completely free and start going around your house, your apartment, bim, 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 scanning everything in sight so you can start building that that cash flow to go out and start purchasing some of your inventory, right? So use those tools, especially if you're doing online. Now, if you're doing retail arbitrage, you need to be hitting the thrift stores, the garage sales, all of that good stuff, the discount stores where you can find stuff for cheap. It's a simple business plan. Find stuff for cheap. Boom, we're going to sell it at the market, the retail, right on Amazon, which is the largest e-commerce platform in the world. All right, last but not least, man, and this is major. Use apps and softwares to track your inventory and your profits, right? Your inventory and your profits. So two of the main ones that's popular on Amazon is Inventory Lab. So if you want to automate this business, definitely look at Inventory Lab, and I need to do a tutorial on it just to help you guys set it up. I'm gonna try to purchase again, like I was referring to at the beginning of this video. It's a program, an app called Restream, so I can do more tutorials. I'm going to share my screen right now. Don't look like YouTube allows me to share my screen, but I'm going to purchase an app just for you guys. You let me know if that's what y'all want to see, and we'll walk through that bad boy live. But the software is called Inventory Lab, right? And it allows you. It's supposed to be super cool. I don't use that one. I'll definitely tell y'all the one that I use, but it's a listing software that allows you. Mr. Fox, I see my guy here. He on the way to doing big things, man. Doing big things. Appreciate you in the building, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, Inventory Lab, if you want to automate your business, it's going to allow you to hook up to that prep center and y'all going to be able to share information, right? So let's just say you sourcing from Walmart.com. You seen the sweet deal where you can make 100% ROI on your money. You send it to that prep center. They're going to be able to connect to your account, and then they list it all through the software, and the software is going to show you everything that they're listing, and it makes it a super smooth process, right? So definitely look into Inventory Lab. If you want to fully automate it and you don't want physical employees like I have, right? If you don't want to deal with a warehouse and people actually working for you, and you just say, hey, I'm gonna let somebody else pass the ball to somebody else, let them handle it. Look into Inventory Lab. Now, as promised, the system that I use is Scanlister, right? I've been rocking with Scanlister for a minute. Yeah, and it's been doing me right? So Scanlister, that's another bulk listing software. They pretty much do all the same thing. I think Inventory Lab does have a little bit more bells and whistles. And the interface may be easier, but the price point is higher too. I just been comfortable with Scanlister, and it allows you to list 80 to 90 probably 80 to 90 products every minute, depending on how fast you can hit the scanning button. That's how fast it can scan in, right? So it's a game changer if you're looking to save your time, right? Because if you don't have the right tools, if you strap for that capital, you can be working inefficiently. But once you start to get that cash flow in, invest in your business, whether it's software, whether it's apps, man, because it can help you take it to the next level. Because our ultimate goal, and I speak about this all the time, whether you guys following me on Instagram, if not, shameless plug, slide over there and follow your boy at Travis_GWV. But the ultimate goal, guys, is to buy back our time, right? To buy back our time, right? Because it's always a hustle. And I just want to be 100% transparent with you guys. In my early 20s, I'm now 36. In my early 20s, when I first started making six figures, right, I wasn't processing passive income or valuing my time. I was just hustling. I didn't care how much time it took me to make the money. I'm like, hey, I don't care if I gotta work 24/7. I just want to hustle and get the money. But as you grow older, you gain more financial literacy. You understand that you want to buy your time back, right? You have to buy your time back. And we got a question coming in here from Baby Cloverfield. What's up, Trav? When would the next? I like to tune in. I saw you live a few nights back. The power from home, and I'm ready to take that. Okay, so great question. To be honest with you, I want to do one in January, but I haven't decided yet. It's a lot of big projects I got working on in 2023. But definitely, if you hadn't already, jump on my email list on Instagram, and just stay tuned. If it's not in January, we'll definitely drop one in February. Yeah, so I appreciate you tapping in. Until then, just stay locked into the YouTube. I'm gonna try to come every day, y'all. That's my promise. Now, I know some of the days I may have slipped, but hey, I'm gonna try to do this every day between meeting with students and a lot going on. But I gotta stay consistent, right? So I can't tell y'all to stay consistent and put the work in if I'm not consistent. So almost every day, if I miss a day, I'm gonna go back and do a double upload. Oh, it's all good, G Brown. I'm wondering if you have any courses, how much for the course. So I do have a course. It's probably over 30 hours inside my course. It's at www.generationalwealthvibes.com. But I would say, man, before you even tap in with the course, go through the whole YouTube channel, see if you can run it up off the free game that I'm giving you. Use that to pay for the course. The course for the lowest level is $497, but if you don't have that, I do payment plans. I think the payments plans is like $199 a month for 3 months. But yeah, use the free game, man. Use the free game. I'm trying to drop the gems now. Use the free game if you want to tap in with the community. That's cool too, man. All right. And let me see where I was at. So the ultimate goal is to automate your business. You want to buy your time back. So once I grew my financial literacy, I'm like, hey, the play ain't really to hustle hard to make the money. The real play is to buy my time back, right? So that's the ultimate goal that I got for everybody. Like once you hustle and get to a level where you're making money, how can we start to limit? Because unfortunately, father time, right, gonna get us all. Unfortunately, things that I could do, in my late teens, I'm like, man, I don't know how I did that. But we want to work to where our money starts to work for us. So if you hadn't already and you're on that financial literacy journey, I recommend a book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. And it's just basically saying, always grow your assets, and have your asset column a lot bigger than your liability column, right? Because and I'm gonna tie this into my story. When I started making six figures in my early 20s, I wasn't worrying about the asset column. So every dime that I got, I had to work for it. If I wasn't doing the thing, then the money would stop, right? And I think that's a big disconnect. People don't understand that if you want to gain that wealth, we need to build that machine that works for us. without us having to physically work. Like it, and I think in my 20s, I definitely didn't understand it. Y'all probably a lot ahead of a lot further than I am, but I didn't understand it. Like I was just, long as I'm making the money, I'm good. I don't care how hard I'm working, and I don't care how long I'm working, long as the money coming in, right? But as you gain a deeper understanding, and let's just say one day you want to sell your business for a multiple, the only way you can get an offer for your business, they need to have a business that they can buy without you in the business, right? So let me explain that better. Whenever we build a business, we must start with the end in mind. Where are you trying to go, right? Because I get, tens of 10 to 20 DMs a day. Hey man, how can I make an extra $100? How can I make an extra $200? How can I make an extra $300? And I think I understand where they at with their mindset in their current state, but the mindset shift is wrong. They don't fully understand. Like, man, that's not the goal. The first thing you got to work on is your mindset, right? That's so powerful. And it seems boring when I tell people like, hey, don't start with trying to make $100 a day. I may tell them to start with financial literacy by reading Rich Dad Poor Dad. Because and this is why I say that. And they get mad at me or cuss me out. Trav, I don't want to hear that. Give me the play for $100 or $200 a day. But the reason I say that is because once you start to build it and you make that 100 or that 200 or that $300 a day, if you don't have the financial literacy to keep that thing going without you physically having to be there, it's like building a house on sand. Like it's gonna crumble back down. So you did all that initial work for nothing just to have to build it over again. So like when they ask me for the play, I try to give them the full play. You got to start with financial literacy. You got to know how to manage your money, because if you don't know how to manage $100 a day or whatever you're getting from your 9 to 5, when you start making $1,000 a day, you're gonna spend all that, and then you want to make 2,000. Like, hey, we got to live below our means. That's major. That's major. So whatever you making, if you can live below your means, and then when you get that increase, don't go crazy with it. Take that, reinvest it into the assets, and really that's the play. It's as easy as that. But it's that delaying that gratification, right? Because we live in the microwave society. Everybody wants something. Hey, as soon as we jump to it, hey, I want it instant. I want it instant. But the money and the wealth is in the longer plays, right? The longer plays. Can you delay that gratification to get that bigger bag and that longer lasting bag to pass down? If you have family, your wife, your kids, whoever that you want to pass it to whenever we get called away from this earth. So yeah, y'all, sorry for the rant. But that's some of the tips. Hopefully you guys enjoy this talk. If you want me to get the restream and show y'all exactly what I'm talking about, so when I'm talking about a repricer, you guys can go and look at the repricer. Let me know what y'all want to see. I'm here to add value as always. Tell me what can I do to help you better on your Amazon journey, and hey, I'm all for it. So hey, y'all be blessed. I'm gonna slide off tonight, and hey, we're gonna be back tomorrow for another Amazon late night talk. Y'all be blessed. Love. See you on the next one.